Thanks for joining me, Sunshines. It's a Friday and we've got a great meeting on Saturday at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. 9 races are carded. The first race of no particular concern to me. Quite frankly, I will be staying out race 1. It doesn't grab me, but it does start the meeting at 11:40. Hollywoodbets Champion Punters Challenge selections. Get those on to be part of the play. We've got a big field. I've been for this horse time and time again. She's failed me. She is returning from a rest of 115 days. One Smart Cookie. It is start number 8. Teeny Princely, Smanga Kamalu, way overdue. Some of her form lines certainly will always catch the eye. The blinkers are on for the second time. A number of the fancied horses are returning from a rest. I don't think it is an easy one, hence, as I said, I will be giving it a miss. But for what it's worth, I'm going with 2. One Smart Cookie from 10, Willow Wilds, then the 11 Catter Clock, and after that the 7, 2, 10, 11, 7, race 1. Let's now move on to business. The second race is the start of the Bipot. Warriors Rest 2020 maiden plate. It's run over the 7 furlongs. You've got to respect on the exposed form this horse Daring Dash, number 2, Wire Mowing. Smanga Kamalu, once again the rider, 2.86, has been some support, 3.57 into 2.86. I can see exactly why, judging by the form last time out, the Great Plains run, when finishing 3.40 lengths behind the aforementioned winner. But in this race, I mentioned this horse last time out. I actually liked it quite a bit. It ran nowhere. On that occasion, an apprentice had the ride, finished 8 lengths behind the specialist. I'm talking about Burning Man, and what grabbed me straight away, naturally, is that Richard Ferree is now riding for Glenn Cotson at 4.55. Once again, go to those Cape form lines. You've got to like this horse. Richard Ferree now in the irons, and I think Burning Man, who was a 375,000 buy, will run a very forward race. So I'm hoping that Burning Man can get it right at 4.55. The 2, though, has to be respected, Daring Dash. After that, the 4, French Flame, and then the stable companion to the 4, the 1, Rich Folks Hoax. Both of those are from the Dean Cunnamer yard. 7, 2, 4, 1, and Burning Man is having the second run after the rest. The third is the first leg of the place accumulator. It's a merit-rated 76 handicap. Sandy Arundel, once again, I think it's her sooks. In race 2, race 3. This horse last time out we liked for our lives. We had very anxious moments, but eventually Buzz Bomb came through, mowed them down. Richard Ferree once again for Glenn Cotson. The concerning part of it all is there were 8 runners from that form line. We yet to see a winner. This 425,000 buy. I think there's scope there. I don't know so much about a banker, but I think 4 Buzz Bomb should go rather well. Yeah, once again, it's the old story of those Cape form lines. That's what set us upon this one last time out. So I'm going with the 4 Buzz Bomb. The 7 Willow Express. This hasn't won for an absolute age. 748 days to be exact. The merit rating from a 104 to a 73. Has been threatening recently. Piers Stradham is the rider. I like this best of all to start, but what worried me a little bit is that in the past this horse has run twice at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, ran unplaced, but must go in. 4, 7, then 3 Lake Como. That's my roughie in the race. 62-day rest at 12.5 to 1. I thought Lake Como could be a little bit of a surprise package. And then the 6, 4, 7, 3, 6, race 3. Race 4 on the card is a middle stakes. This to me is a swirl of a race. I'm going to go through this quickly. I'm taking my chances with number 1, Poor Little Rich Girl. This horse can go to the front or stay on, as she did last time out behind Saraki. I thought that was a good effort. I think she's got some ability. Poor Little Rich Girl at 7.14. From the 8 to the rescue. Then the 2, Pinstripe. I like her a little bit. The filly, by the way. Here's a comment from the trainer. Duncan Howell says she was caught too far back in her last run and can show useful improvement. Then the 3 Continental Express. I'm going 1, 8, 2, 3. I'm going to load up Vihan's Bomb at 3.33. the current favourite, is not really for me with Richard Ferree. If you're playing wide, you have to put it in, but 3.33 doesn't really entice me. Now we go to what I consider the best bet on the card, race 5, the Grade 1 Alan Robertson Championship, £1 million races coming up. Thrilling Grade 1 racing put together at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. And this horse last time out, to me, although it was on the poly, looked like a total class package. I'm talking about number 3, Gimmy's Countess, Craig Zaki for Dean Cunningham, Kaya Stables Silks. This one is quoted 1.25. There's already been money. 1.67 into 1.25. I'm making this the nap of the day. Number 3, Gimmy's Countess. I'm very strong on her. By the way, number 6, Just Reckless. You can't knock her. She's done nothing wrong. But in the context of this race, I'm a little bit concerned there. So that made me even stronger on Gimmy's Countess. I think the danger is the Candice Bass Robinson runner, number 8, Symphony in White, who has shortened from 14.29 into 8.33. She's run some nice races at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, and she was the second choice. 3, 8, 6, 1, race 5. I must mention at this stage that Craig Zaki is very, very important on the day, Sunshine. So let's go on to race 6, the Grade 1 Gold Medallion. Now this race, you've got this horse Pistol Pete, who last time went off 1 to 5. Came under pressure late on, some saying not staying, went up in trip from the minimum distance. I think Pistol Pete will go okay, it's at 4.55. But for me, in my exotics, I'm going to go one horse cover others. And the horse I'm talking about is Proceed with Richard Ferree. The profile here really caught my eye. I think Proceed at 6.25 will run well here and will be in the fray. Hence, I'm going 11 Proceed. The 4 Commanding, everyone found last time out. You had to like that horse. Once again, back to those Cape form lines. Won the maiden, won convincingly under Richard. Okay, this is a big race, but I think Commanding at 16.67 could run okay. I'm going 11.425 to cut a long story short. There are a number of horses you may want to add in this race, but as I say, I'm going 11 cover the horses in race 6. Let's go race 7, the Grade 1 SA Filly Sprint. Once again, £1 million in stake money. Sunshines, I don't know about winning this race. Now, you see, we've got the Hollywood Syndicate. They've got a horse called Shantastic. They've got a number of runners here. Asia Pambili also seems to be a massive runner. But this horse last time out ran behind Hit Them Hard, Sunshine. I like that run. I made a note of it. The price is 16.67, the place 2.33, the first 4. I'm not saying to win it, but I've got a feeling she could hold her own. And once again, Craig Zaki is aboard. So at that price, 7 Shantastic is my roughie in the race. I'm going to cover with Winter Cloud. I'm going those two. 15 Winter Cloud at 4 to 1. Then the 13 Asia Pambili. And the 4 October Morn, who's the stable companion to Winter Cloud, who I don't think is a bad filly at all. 7, 15, 13, 4. I'm just hoping Shantastic can come on from that last run and run into the money at a big price. Let's go on to the Grade 1 Golden Horse Sprint over 6 furlongs. Now, looking at this field, I thought Lucky Lad is obviously the one to beat. Everyone will think so. Richard Ferree at 2 to 1. Who else have we got here? We've got Dice, who's been gelded, and Piers Straydon. That one is 4.55 in the betting. As I say, every single program, we can only give our opinion. I'm not so crazy on Dice over the 6 furlong. I want to mention this horse I named, Hit Them Hard Sunshine. I'm so happy he's running in a Grade 1. Looking at some of the weight turnarounds, I think he's got his work cut out. All I can tell you is that when he has won in KwaZulu-Natal, the one victory was on the poly. Last time out, he won on the good going. I don't think he's a horse that appreciates the soft, but he ran incredibly well on the soft. But if, as I say, if you look at the weight turnarounds, he's got an awful lot of work to do. I mentioned Mr. Zaki, and again, we've got these Kaya Stable Silks. And this horse, in fact, at my command, when a 2-year-old was beaten by Hit Them Hard Sunshine over 6 furlong. I think he's only run twice over 6 furlong for a victory in a second. But if you look at the company he's run against, although that was over grounds. And this horse At My Command with Mr. Zaki yet again in the irons, I believe with that incline at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, could be running on when others are dying out or fading out of contention. So again, at 16.67 a win and the place 2.33, this is going to be my each way of the day. So we've gone Mr. Zaki, the best bet of the day. We're now going Mr. Zaki, the best each way bet of the day. But he's not the only each way bet. I've mentioned others, but he certainly is the top of the charts each way. I think this price of 16.67, specifically 2.33 a place, is an incredibly good one, because I believe that At My Command will run into the first four, and that obviously is a focus for me hence on the day. So At My Command, my roughie on the card, but in the exotics again you've got to put in the far more fancy Lucky Lad. I'm going 8 At My Command, 11 Lucky Lad, 3 Sir J. Sir J's another one, nice one for the swingers. And then I put in Hit Them Hard Sunshine for 4th, but that's more hopeful than anything else. Let's go on to race 9. Give me a Prince 2023 fillies and mares, 85 handicap. So what I'm doing, small money, is taking a Canadian. At My Command, the other one with Craig on for Dean Cunningham, that favourite that won so well, Gimmy's Countess. And then I'm going to play around with horses at prices, all of them to win, some of them to win places. You get the gist of it. So race 9 on the card. This horse number 14, Mascarina, won well last time out, but is drawn 14 out of 14. She may be up to the task. She's at 3.03. She must be a runner. But when it comes to the each way department, this is my second each way on the programme. I'd rather go with horses at fair prices some races, and that is number 10, Mountains of the Moon, and I like her to run well. Robbie Hill has 2 runners in the race, Jazz Cafe, Mountain of the Moon. Smunga Kamalu is on Mountain of the Moon. She ran behind Saraki last time out. I was going through her form lines, and I thought, given this field, she is also, once again, in my opinion, at a fair price at 10 to 1 a win, 1.33 a place. So I'm going with the 10, Mountains of the Moon, from the 14, Mascarina. Then the 1, Wonderful, who's in the betting. And in this race, if you're playing a little bit of a trifecta quartet, there's another real roughie ridden by Grant van Niekerk, and that's the main attraction about this horse. I thought Grant could get this one to improve and run into the money, and that is number 8, Giver's Grace, who's at 25 to 1. So I'm going 10, 14, 1, 8. It is a very, very good card. Let's hope Craig Zaki can rise to the occasion. My goodness me, if he wins on that Gimmy's horse, Give Me the Green Light, he wins on Shantastic, he wins on, what's the other one called? Captain of Command, or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about. You see right at the end, I'm losing it here. What's it called? Come on, there we are. At My Command, that's more like it. If he wins on those 3, I'll see you in the south of France, sunshines. Have a good one. Thanks for joining as always, and hit them hard. Bye-bye.